What are the unwritten rules for new Reddit users? Mikhail Saratov said. So you're saying the entire community here is malicious and manipulative, and will look for reasons to antagonize people? Way to generalize, asshole. Tossalong said. That used to just be how-to internet guide back in the 90s early zeros. Never use or give out your real name. That includes using an email address that does not have your name. Never give out your contact information, phone number, address. Never put your picture on the internet. Then social media started, hell even before Facebook, MySpace, Friendster, Asian Avenue, etc., and all those guidelines got broken. The Folly of Mice said. We've done a strange reversal. Yeah, critical identifying details were absent, but my experience has been that people were more personally revealing in their online conversations back in ye old AOL chatroom days. Now, I can pretty much get a police rap sheet on you by doing a Facebook search, but people seem to rarely say anything of any intrinsic value about themselves anymore. I miss the old ways. LostBoy005 said. Anonymity has always been one of the key attractions to online social interactions, and for a lot of reasons. Social media made it seem okay or acceptable to disclose your real-life receipts. It's been bizarre to watch people charting their course for downfall via FB, Insta and Bird.com. There is a whole crisis management industry as a result of the short-sighted idiocy of posting real-life receipts. Had it happened to a buddy last fall leading up to the GE. Int9R said. That applies to pretty much every popular subreddit. The people who comment early will be upvoted, and then no matter what you say after a few hours will be lost in the oblivion. Edit. If there are new Redditors seeing this, the solution to this, apart from Reddit changing its algorithm, is just to find smaller subreddits that interest you. I can't even begin to suggest subs since there are so many, but here's a AskReddit post I found with a quick search. And I am sure you will find many more. STX06 said. If you contribute to a subreddit that exists for fans of a thing to express their fondness of the thing, do not tear the thing apart without a heck of a well-written post comment that would be accepted for a university writing class. For an example, not everyone likes cats and dogs. Some due to specific reasons, some just because, and that is okay. What is not okay is for people to go on our cats or our dogs to try to make people sad out of spite. Psychological Scar 30 said. I don't know the exact context and I'm not gonna go through your history to find out, but if those comments could be boiled down to this, then I can offer the perspective of someone who would downvote it. I ignore such comments if they're the only reply, or are already low enough to basically not even show up, but when I see them above some useful or interesting comment, I will downvote this comment. It adds absolutely no value, upvote should be used instead, and pushes interesting stuff down. I think this is exactly what downvote button should be used for. And to be clear, I'm talking about those ultra-short comments, not this. These are fine. Again, I don't know what kind of agree comments have you written and received downvotes for. I guess you wouldn't write about it if it was the shitty kind, but I guess I had to vent about how much I hate the agree in 3 words or less comments. Angriest Hatter said. You must be new here. There was an elaborate post where a guy detailed finding a safe hidden in a house he bought. Said the locksmith was on the way over to open it and he would post what was inside. He never posted what was inside. Merlion Otter Bear Clown said. Everyone here sounds really smart. A lot of them are very articulate in explaining things they know literally nothing about. Don't take any personal relationship advice, or financial advice from Reddit. Goldie Fable said. Not necessarily don't take any advice, but double check any advice you get from reliable sources. Consult people outside of Reddit. On the explaining things they are in no way experts on. I don't know how, but I have couple of times when trying to give a brief answer explanation been determined as somehow knowledgeable on the topic, and suddenly I have all these questions in my hands. It's always super bizarre when it happens because I'm just here typing away like, please I can point you to a direction to start, but please do your own research as I know only basics. If even that, on this topic, Mayo. Cheapy888 said. You aren't smart enough to recognize a bot. It's been proven. There are a lot of bots, and hired guns, on Reddit to try to influence you. Don't ever take what sounds like sound advice from Reddit. Do your due diligence elsewhere on every topic you want to learn about. Order said. Real people post on Reddit, yes. But despite that, you should take no opinions seriously. Sometimes I'm wrong and people believe me. I'm not being wrong on purpose though. Sometimes I'm literally a leading expert in my field and people don't believe me. The amount of people that like to pretend to be in my profession is insane. I'm pretty sure most of these people worked closely with us a handful of times, or are related to someone that does the work, and then pretends to actually do the work and make posts about it on Reddit. You can tell because they are usually in the ballpark, they even use the jargon. But they use it in the wrong context and situations. They make examples that were accurate 3 years ago but have been superseded by new software or procedures or whatever. Then you see the top posts are bullshit posts with 8k upvotes and a few awards. Then the first post, obviously written by someone else in the field, is buried deep in people making these stupid arguments against them. Trust nothing here. Witnessing said. Although you see everyone and their brother publicly thanking kind Redditors for their gold as post edits, you don't have to. You can thank them through private message, and if you were awarded anonymously, don't worry about it. No one is thinking you got awards and aren't thankful. Goldie Fable said. Also, while I like getting thank yous, positive messages, but if I give you an award, in a message, I give them anonymously for a reason. I hope my award made you happy or feel supported in your point. I don't need the thank you, so don't worry about it. Andy Pandy 66 said. 99% of ADA posts are self-validation questions. Do not base your ego or self-worth on the number of up or down votes. Ignore them and you will feel better. Not all Redditors are 20-something white American males, although the majority probably are. Steak snobbery runs rife. If you don't like your steak ultra rare or blue, you will be chased out of town. Be sure to post cute dog and cat pics on a regular basis. Be a lovely person when nobody's looking and when they are. Thieving Rock said. Steak snobbery ruins life? Honestly, snobbery ruins life, and it's everywhere. Don't put sauce on steak. Never dip sushi in soy sauce. You can't be real if you've seen the movie series but never read the first edition graphic novel in the original Esperanto. Live and let live, folks. Or perhaps it should be like and let like. Like what you like the way you like it, and understand someone else liking their Attack on Titan or Deadpool or Pokemon Go with a side of A1 sauce doesn't diminish your experience in any way. The New Hob said. Don't argue with an idiot. They'll drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. Sometimes the only way to win is to walk away and not engage. No matter how much you think you know on a subject, there is always a bigger expert somewhere on Reddit. The smaller, more niche the sub, generally the more friendly the Redditors. Paragraphs please, no one reads big walls of text. Prelicia said. Don't argue with an idiot. They'll drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. Sometimes the only way to win is to walk away and not engage. I read some advice ages ago from someone who had a rule of walking away after 2 comments. That is, if someone disagrees with you, then reply once clarifying your point, and if they persist, then just ignore it. It's pretty good advice. By the time you've each commented twice, there probably isn't much to add and you just end up repeating yourself and getting annoyed. Continuing isn't going to change anyone's mind, it just gets personal. I don't always follow that advice, but I try to. Wonderful at 8764 said. Don't tell people about your Reddit. I have posted a lot of things on Reddit, and if a person who read them appeared in front of me, it would feel very weird. Don't argue at the wrong place. For example, don't debate about meat and veganism, if you support meat site, on a vegan server. That's like going in a lion's territory and mocking him. You will lose karma and it is not worth it. Also, don't use your real name, don't post your photos, and don't click on any sus links. Edit. I feel like crying. These are the highest upvotes I ever got in my life. Thank you, Reddit. Alakir said. Only use emojis if you're ironically or sarcastically imitating Facebook users. Unsubscribe from negative subs. Your mental health will thank you for it. Don't worry about being downvoted for your honest opinions. Reddit is kind of a hive mind and people use the downvote button as an I disagree button instead of that's stupid, you're trolling or derailing the conversation. If you get 1 or 2 downvotes for your post, 10 or 50 will follow fairly quickly. I call it the downvote train. Even if the first 2 people misunderstood you and you clarified yourself in an edit. If you're from the US, don't assume that the person you're talking to is also from the US. If you're not from the US, assume that the person you're talking to is from the US. Arkady Kirilenko said. Unsubscribe from negative subs. Unsub from all front page subreddits. Find some smaller ones that appeal to your interests. Bam, better than your current Reddit. I hope all these would help. Are birds being dicks? Birds can also behave like dicks. Are discounted products? How to find good deals and discounts and save some money. Are perfect timing pictures or videos that are once-in-a-lifetime shots. Are freebies? Some things are available without paying any money that is free of cost. Are nearly freebies? Things that are nearly free. Are cool guide, reference materials, how-tos, and are comparison tables. Are what's this bug? To identify new insects you find. Are make new friends here, meet other Redditors with common interests no matter how far apart they live. Are what's the snake? Is helpful for quickly identifying snakes and giving you the safest methods of handling the situation. Are vegan recipes? A place for your favorite vegan recipes. Are top off my tongue, or that song movie book commercial, etc., that you can't quite remember. Are top of mippiness, for finding that video set guy girl you saw one time. Are the 10th dentist, tell us harsh truth while explaining why you think that. Are Excel, most helpful communities around to help you with all your Excel needs. Are eat cheap and healthy, freezing, canning, recipes and ideas for people to eat both cheap and healthy. Our Made Me Smile, a place to share things that made you smile or brightened up your day. Inora said. Haven't seen this one yet. If you mention a pet, there is a tax and that you must post a picture. That is edit. Obligatory dog tax? Ironically emo, pedantic is a grave insult and fairly ubiquitous. Anytime anyone mentions anything World War II related, you must say, I did not see that coming, which will be followed by several more puns of equal quality. Read through the top tifu so that you understand allusions to 5/7, gaining your dick caught in a ceiling fan, the once popular use of meta, etc. Change the default subs. If you're new, add R out off the loop. Op can mean either the original poster, or the poster at the top of the thread you're commenting on. It's contextual. TLDR means too long didn't read. It's the executive summary. Once upon a time, upvotes and downvotes were used to indicate quality of content, not ideology. That is no longer the case. If you ever make a spelling or grammatical error, your point is invalidated and you are immediately wrong. Edit, fix spelling and grammatical errors for pedantic reasons. And may you someday enjoy the lounge, imaginary new user. Bizabbergel Blastoff said. This isn't exclusive to Reddit, but always keep in mind that Reddit, especially individual subreddits, are bubbles that represent a fraction of the world. The most upvoted post of all time on Reddit has something like 438k upvotes. That's not even the population of Wyoming, the least populated state in the US. Reddit users tend to be young, Malay, American, atheist, and interested in tech, finance, gaming, pop culture, though these statistics do vary somewhat by subreddit. That's not a bad thing, but it's not accurately reflective of the world, the US, or even your state. Most of Reddit's most obvious beliefs, anti-capitalist, pro-union, pro-universal healthcare, etc., are not the normal or even common opinions for most places in the world. Zazzle said. 1. If you see everyone talking from only one point of view, don't think injecting your input from another perspective will be welcomed as a fresh outlook and stimulating discussion. There is a reason you only see one point of view. It's the hive mind. Don't go against it. 2. Smart and knowledgeable people generally do not comment here. People comment here to make themselves feel they are smart and knowledgeable. It's not the same thing. 3. Remember, the heaviest of traffic comes here from teenagers passing themselves off as 10+ years older. Keep in mind it's mostly teenagers here or people just out of their teenage years, and adjust your perceptions accordingly. Subrule 3A, however, never discuss this fact openly. These folks hate to have attention brought to this, and it will bring hostility. Zazzle said. Ada, I think I read your comment a bit too quickly, and I would think you're right that you can avoid the teenagers if you find subreddits that don't interest people of that age group. But I'm not sure exactly what those would be. Most of the popular and even less popular subs have a heavy teenager contribution. That's the thing, they are involved with each other and gathering around each other. They all just think they are fooling all the other ones that they are 30. The reason it works is that they have a similar, though incorrect, idea of what it's like to be 10 plus years older, so it all seems real to them. They think they are among people older, and they are fooling them that they are among them. Look here how people talk about having kids, relationships, family, careers, even school. It's very clear that the people commenting don't have the experience or perspective they claim to speak from. It feels awful when you're young to feel like you have such a deep understanding of things but people don't take you seriously just because you are young. Coming here, with the veil of anonymity, they can get the recognition as the adults they see themselves as. Lowly Frame said, "What I've learned by myself over my time on Reddit. Be nice to others. Don't use emojis in subs where nobody uses emojis. Might be okay if you're imitating Facebook, but honestly if you just comment or something like that and nothing else to contribute to the conversation and just uninstall. Don't believe 90% of what you see. Stay away from politics. Don't be a part of negative or toxic subs. Don't ask for upvotes or in weird cases, downvotes. Don't repost or steal somebody else's work. Some subs are more dead than you think. Upvote and downvote button is very often used as a agree-disagree button and Redditors very often have a hive mind, like if somebody downvotes upvotes you others might follow. Different users use Reddit for different things, for X news, gaming, art, food, animals or other things." Lowly Frame said, "There is a metric fuck ton of porn subs. Different subs can have different cultures. Some are more free and others are stricter than your teachers. Read the rules very carefully before posting. Sometimes people are just trolls that do stupid shit because they don't care. Sub equals subreddit. Some people are more stupid than you could possibly imagine, and sometimes their stupidity is what will deceive you. Karma is just worthless internet points you get from being upvoted, downvoted, or awarded a warning others. You choose if you delete something and nobody else." Superad 737 said, "Welcome to the Wild West of the internet. There are so many stupid made-up rules and no real legitimate rules and you can be banned, blocked, silenced, etc. for anything or everything or nothing at all. But that same craziness leads to some freedom and some interesting perspectives. Just try to lurk a while and get a feel for it before commenting or posting, so you can pick up on the feel of any subreddits you follow. Good luck." Arkady Kirilenko said, "Unsub from all front-page subreddits. Find some smaller ones that appeal to your interests. Bam, better than your current Reddit. I hope all these would help. Are birds being dicks? Birds can also behave like dicks. Are perfect teaming pictures or videos that are once-in-a-lifetime shots? Are freebies? Some things are available without paying any money that is free of cost. Are nearly freebies? Things that are nearly free. Are cool guide, reference materials, how-tos, and are comparison tables. Are what's this bug, to identify new insects you find. Are make new friends here, meet other Redditors with common interests no matter how far apart they live. Are what's this snake, is helpful for quickly identifying snakes and giving you the safest methods of handling the situation. Are vegan recipes, a place for your favorite vegan recipes. Are Tapofmatong, or that song movie book commercial, etc., that you can't quite remember. Are Tapofmipenis, for finding that video set guy girl you saw one time. Are the 10th dentist, tell us harsh truth while explaining why you think that. Are Excel, most helpful communities around to help you with all your Excel needs. Are eat cheap and healthy, freezing, canning, recipes and ideas for people to eat both cheap and healthy. Our Made Me Smile, a place to share things that made you smile or brightened up your day.